this is your first time to my channel, thank you so much for checking me out. And if not, thank you for coming back. I greatly appreciate it. So this is going to be a pick a card, what's your spiritual gifts? Okay. So if you need to get a hold of me or want to follow me on my socials or need to email me or want a personal reading, my information's in the description box below. Okay, I will have them time-stamped if you want to skip ahead. One thing I do want to say is with this pick a card, now some of these gifts are going to be what you're already aware of. Some of them you won't be aware of, okay? Because just like you have to go to the gym and you have to exercise a muscle, right? Maybe you've never exercised that muscle before. Like me, I'm clairaudient. I've been clairaudient and clairsentient since I was a little girl, which means like now that I'm 29 years old, like my clairaudience, because especially doing this kind of work, my clairaudience and clairsentience is at a whole different level, which is why I can do what I do, right? Being an oracle, I can tell you when I first started, being an oracle, I did not channel. I did not start channeling from the cards until I literally got on my YouTube when I started my old YouTube. That's why I'm able to use my mediumship abilities, and I've had to work that muscle. Like, y'all don't even want to see my very first tarot reading that I did on my old YouTube. It was horrible. Okay, but just remember that going in, so then you can understand. But take whatever applies or resonates. Okay. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 4, number 5, and number 6. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented below. Also, thank you for your donations to my Cash App and PayPal, and thank you to everyone that's gotten a personal reading. I greatly appreciate it. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll see you at your pile. Hi, number 1. Okay, so I literally started this reading and I didn't even realize I wasn't recording. Like, I feel so dumb. This is ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to start over. So I got the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I got air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, water signs. Now there's something, someone could have like a sun and moon tattoo, or sun and moon, there's relevance. That's like a synchronicity or clarification or something to know if this is your pile. You also could be life path 1, 4, 8, or master number 22. Okay, so I love aces. I always call this like the hand of God, because see how it's coming out of thin air? Aces represent brand new beginnings. So wherever you go towards, like any kind of noun, person, place, or thing, you bring a brand new beginning. This is centered around action and passion. So it's like you bring a brand new beginning when it comes to action and passion, no matter what you touch, no matter where you go, no matter what you're around. Now, you also, if someone has you fucked up, right, you can put it to rest. I'm getting like you're meant to do a lot of action, of things in this world, right? So, and you have this fire inside of you. That is how your like higher self communicates with you, through your passion. If you lose passion for something, right, then that means that it's no longer meant to be in your life. If you have passion for it, like if something gets your fire started or fire burning, that's how you know, like that's how your higher self communicates to you. Okay, so you start a lot of things. Action-wise, you create a lot of new beginnings for people, places, and things, right? Not only it's successful, You're very fertile, okay? You're fertile, basically meaning that whatever you concentrate your passion and action surrounding, it will be successful. For some of y'all, this is overnight. For some of y'all, it's not overnight. You're going to have to focus putting energy on it, but just take whatever resonates or applies, okay? But it's really funny because how much fire you have within you, the moment you lose that passion for something, you take away your fertile energy, right? You turn into like an ice king or an ice queen, and then what happens when something's frozen? It begins to rot, right? So people have to be really, really careful about fucking with you because this is one of your spiritual gifts. It's like what I'm getting channels is like I can give and I can take away. And it's because your actions and your passions are so fertile, like fertile. And the moment that like someone comes and gets in your lane and has you fucked up, like you take away that action and passion and they can't make it without you, because I'm kind of getting like King Midas, whatever you touch turns to gold concerning your actions and passions, and this is a spiritual gift. So we got leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. And this like just double confirms about how you're meant to do a lot of different things in life. Your life is there's always going to be some kind of action or passion going on, right? Or something that you got to do. You're here to be a doer. And that's why the universe is saying leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. You've really understood that, and you've come to an understanding. Even if you feel like, okay, I don't know if this is going to be successful, you know that you've started to figure out that how your higher self with the moon here, it shows you that through your passions, like that fire inside you, that's how you could determine, right? Whether it be for a person, place, or thing. That's how your soul talks to you. Now, some of y'all can be astral projectors, because see how it's the same woman? It's the soul coming out of the body. Okay. My astral projectors on here, that is a spiritual gift as well. Some of y'all could be born on a full moon. How you can determine that is through your astrological birth chart. Like Cardi B, for example, she's a Libra with the Aries moon, Libra sun, Aries moon. So some of y'all are born on the full moon. If not, there's some sort of resonance with the full moon here. That's important. Maybe that's the best time that you can manifest, which is very odd because they say not to, but because I'm getting both of these side by side, I feel like it's really different and weird for you. Because full moons, you're supposed to come, like you're kind of supposed to come to, it's about healing and releasing. There could be something about, it could help you release, especially, you might have a problem with releasing because you know once you give up, even when the passion's already gone, right? Because you know once you give up on a person, place, or thing, it's going to wither. And you're right. You're right. But one thing that you have to understand is you've been given this gift for a reason, and you have to be careful about what you pour into. You can't take people's lessons away from them. If your passion's already gone, that's like a sign from God that it's time for them to learn a lesson. Because I feel like you're a very fair person. Like you don't want to see people suffer and stuff like that. But you also know they shouldn't have fucked with you. You can't take people's lessons away from them, but you are very aware of this energy that you have. It's very action-oriented. Your actions are going to be the utmost significance because of this gift that you have in this life. And so you have to be very wary about what Yeah, I just got a notification about what you give it to, who you give it to, and the way that you can decipher is, do they light that fire inside of you? Do they make you very passionate? Okay, but I do see whatever your actions and passions, you're going to get success. There is something here about healing hands as well. You have healing hands, so could be some of my, I know for sure my light workers on here, healers. Okay, some of y'all could be earth angels. There's definitely something about healing hands, like you have to be careful about who you touch, what you touch, etc., because touching is a form of action as well. And see the hand here, the hand of God, yeah. Okay, so I also got, I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. So not only do you have this spiritual gift yourself, but you are going to be around a lot of people that are overthinkers, right? They're more thinkers than doers. So you can pull people out of their critical thoughts, of their overthinking, and get them to do, right? There could be a block with someone. They could be like really in their critical thoughts towards their body and their worth. That's what gets a lot of people from like going towards their right path or their dreams, is like they're overthinkers, or they're thinking they're thinking negatively about themselves instead of just doing it, right? You have that gift to not only do that with whatever you're around, but you're able to help other people. I feel like you're more of a doer than a thinker. But whenever you do talk, and it could be something so simple, it just connects with people and you can pull them out to where they can get on their right path. So that's beautiful. You really free people, especially the overthinkers. But you need to be careful about who you do for, right? I'm just getting this high key, and some of y'all might have already learned this, some of y'all might have already not. You're very fertile. You're a fertile energy. So, and that's why we got the Ace of Wands with the rest and sit still. So whatever you do action towards, like, your actions have a big consequences. So yes, you can get good dharma, but you can also get karma too, because I also feel an energy here where sometimes in the past you knew that once you ended it, this person was fucked, but you like loved them and you didn't want them to go through that. You can't take people's lessons away from them, especially when God gets involved, or the divine, the universe, okay? And so the way that you can really truly tell, the moment that you lose your passion for someone, person, place, or thing, that's your higher self telling you you need to cut the cord. If you get passion for someone that's like new, or, you know, anything new that's person, place, or thing, that's your higher self saying this is meant for you. Okay, where can I create more space? Instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. Do a clutter detox of your schedule, home, and innermost self. Make space. Clarity will come. So, you do have a big mission and purpose to do stuff, especially with the Ace of Wands, and especially with Leap, you go first, the universe will follow. Now, it's funny because with the Ace of Wands, this is the only tarot card that I've ever had a dream of. So there's also like prophetic dreams or a spiritual gift with dreams here. But like, it's like you've gotten it down that you're supposed to do a lot of stuff, but you've gotten to a point where it's like the toxic hustle, okay? Or where it's like work, 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 or do, to do, to do, to do, to do. And you create space for a lot. What is coming up now in your life is you're going to start going, this has already probably started for most of you. Some of y'all, it's coming. Being fertile like this, right? You're the difference between what makes things successful and not successful. But there's a certain level of, you're like you understand this and you're like, okay, how much can I make at one time? You have to be a bit more choosy. You have to conserve your energy better, especially when it comes to, I mean, you can do like 10,000 things at once, but is that an actual wise thing to do? Right? Because whatever you focus your energy on grows. You can't focus on 10,000 things at once. I mean, you can definitely have it, but you have to be a bit more discerning. Yes, you're meant to do a lot, right? But how you discern is that fire within you. You need to look at everything that you have and say, okay, does this light my fire or does it blow it out? And that's what it's saying, like, you need to do a clutter detox because you do create space, but you also have to remember that you have to keep up with everything. And that's a lot of energy too. I just feel like you have to be more picky, choosy, discerning what is worth more value, because just because you're meant to do a lot doesn't mean that you're supposed to go in every which way direction. God gave you this gift. And I just feel like, because you know how people say there's a fire inside someone. You have this in you. And that's how your soul talks to you. But I feel like there's been like, you've ignored it and done a lot of things towards your passions, but it's like, you need to start getting to the point to where you declutter, detox, and yes, you might have a fire for some things, but what just like makes that flame go crazy? That's where you need to make more space for. Because there's a reason that you feel like that. That's part of your soul's journey. And you can have more things at once, but you have to start choosing what's more important to you, what's more valuable, what really, what really makes me satisfied, so then it can grow further. I just feel like you have kind of dipped your toes in a lot of different things, and it's like you can have multiple things at once, but like 10,000 is going a little overboard. Okay? Because it will end up in success if it's not an overnight success, but you have to be more discerning, and you have to compare with the different things that you have going on. What makes your fire flicker, what burns it out, and what makes it go, into like a forest fire. There's clarity that needs to be done with this gift. A lot of clarity, okay? And you could also be a life path 3 or 9. I'm open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. Yeah, so once you start doing this, because this is a big gift, there's a lot of people who put a lot of action and hard work into their passions and they don't become successful, right? But I feel like there's just been this over extension. you're like, okay, yeah, I like this. Let's start this. Oh, yeah, I like that. Let's start that. And it's like, it's been like that over and over and over and over and over again. It needs to be like, you need to pick like the top 3 or 4, right? And I feel like, because I feel like this is work, I also feel like there needs to be more action that's done on like self care, your inner work, your heart, your mind. You need to create more sacred space within your schedule. Busy work. Yeah, this says busy work. There's a lot of busy work because you know whatever you do is going to be successful, but you need to, especially when it comes to your area of work. And that's why with this gift, right? Wisdom is about to come in. You need to look up owl spiritual meaning and see how the full moon, there's something with the full moon here, and see that fire. Your ancestors, some of y'all could have Native American ancestry. Your ancestors are coming in to give you wisdom. Because there's, you know what you're doing right now? You're eliminating. You're doing eliminations because it's been like, you know this. I think it's just been rough for you because you know some of the things that you have to eliminate, right? You love, but they're just not lighting your fire anymore, person, place, or thing. But that's your higher self, your soul telling you. You can't take lessons away from people. There are other people, person, places, or things that are more deserving of this and will give you much more gratitude within your life. I feel like you've kind of been forsaking yourself with this gift. But this is a big gift. There's a lot of people that do stuff that aren't successful. And so you can't take advantage of this because you want to help or because you want to dabble in a lot of different things. You have to be more discerning and you have to apply more wisdom when it comes to this gift, because if you abuse a gift, it will eventually get taken away. So I know there's nouns, person, people, person, places, or things that are going to suffer without your energy being put into it. But that's like, you have to do that because that passion's already burnt out. You have no fire towards it anymore. That's God telling you, like, this person, whatever this noun is, needs to learn a lesson. Okay? You need to do some work on your crown chakra, but your ancestors are coming through the flames of wisdom crone to give you wisdom on this. And down the road, right, you're going to be so thankful that you did this. I know I said air energy. I'm kind of getting Gemini energy, so you can be like Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or Venus, but I have this feeling like, because Gemini can get kind of airheaded. I have 2 Gemini parents. I know Gemini energy very well. When Gemini's not focused, it's like they want to learn and put their toe in everything, but it doesn't make it grow. And there's something like, the more energy and action you put into something, right? You could be the type of person that a lot of people depend on. But it's like, you also have to be fair to yourself, because I'm getting like, yes, you need to do an elimination when it comes to work because you have your toes in everything. Go after like the 3 or 4 that are most important to you, and then work, put your energy, put your action into that, whatever makes you the most passionate. And then I'm getting, you need to do more inner work, because like, just like me doing, the reason I'm so good at what I do is because I've done thousands upon thousands upon thousands of readings, like, and from me helping people and doing this work, it strengthened my intuition because I have a passion towards helping people, right? And like I said in the intro, like, your intuition, it's like a muscle. The more that you work it out and use it, the better it's going to be. But there's discernment here. Because if you keep on the way that you're doing, then what's going to happen is you're going to lose this. And people would kill for this spiritual gift. Like, I'm just not gonna lie to you. Kill. Like, I'm getting in my head, like, if you knew that you were going to be fully supported no matter what you do, what would you do? And I feel like you have that gift. But I just feel like you're very aware that once you end things with people, they're like, and become ice king or ice queen, like, it's donezo for them. Like, the fertile nature within their life ends once you leave, and you're right. But you can't take lessons away from people. That's abusing your gift because you don't want to see them suffer. That's abusing yourself, and that's abusing your gift. Okay? So listen to that passion, that fire within you, okay? And create more space, right? You don't have to do 15 things at once. You can pick 3 or 4 and then focus on that. And it's going to bring you even more success, and you're going to be even more grateful for it, because I have a feeling because you're meant to do so much in this life, right, with the Ace of Wands, you have a lot of burnout moments. And it's because, like, you're not supposed to focus on 30,000 things at once. You're a human being. Like, you might be a human being that's fated and destined to do a lot, but not to the point, like, where you just completely burn out, bust a tire, okay? So you have to come to the discernment and the wisdom, and your ancestors are going to help you with this, of being more choosy, seeing what's more valuable towards you, and cutting off the dead weight. And how you determine that is by your inner fire, by your passion. Does it make you passionate? Okay? Well, I hope that this helped, number 1. If you like videos like this, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments below, and I'll talk to you later. I love you. Hi, number 2. Okay, let's see what your spiritual gifts are. Okay, I'm getting water signs and earth signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or Venus. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so what are your spiritual gifts? First off, you are definitely like a mediator. You also are the type of person that can bring people together. So, for example, okay, I kind of like have this gift too. I have Jupiter in Libra, right? So, there's people like I have gotten them together, and they were like friends for the rest of their life. Like, may have even quit being friends. Like, I might have quit being friends with both these people, but they're like still friends to this day. This is also like what's it called? Like love matching. You're really good at hooking people up with each other, whether it be friends, romantically, different things like that. Even if it could be like people from like way different kinds of cultures or opinions or experiences who most people wouldn't even see getting along. Like, you're a really great mediator. Okay. And you might notice, like, let's say like you're this person and there's like these 2 friends. these two friends didn't know each other, and then y'all all became friends. Well, you had a falling out with both or one of them, and like they're still friends to this day. I've literally had that happen to me. Okay. So you're a big mediator, right? You bring different kinds of groups and people together, and you can start and form relationships with the people that are brought together. It's really weird and different, right? You can even see this, like maybe you brought two different friends together and like they started a love connection, just like crazy stuff like that. Now, another one of your gifts is that you are able to see and call out people with Thief in the Night. You're able to see and call out people who no one else can see. Like basically crooked people, evil people, right? There's a lot of people that hide in plain sight. You know, you have the spiritual, like, spidey senses to be able to call out people who are hiding in plain sight, who no one would suspect. You pick up on energy and you are kind of like a whistleblower, like an exposer. And that's one of your spiritual gifts is, you know, everyone could turn a blind eye because the thief in the night, they come when people are sleeping. They're very sneaky. They're very educated. And it's like somehow, some way you pick up on the energy and you call a motherfucker out. Okay? And a lot of times, yeah, my ear's ringing right now. A lot of times what can happen at first is you might say something to someone, right? It could be a friend, family, stranger, whatever you decide to choose. You say something to someone, and what can happen a lot of times is people can be like, them, and there's no way. Like, what in the world? There's no way that that person's evil. There's no way that they're crooked. There's no way that they're a thief in the night. And you're like, okay, just remember I told you. And then after you bring the awareness, after, you know, however long, it's eventually brought up to the surface that this person was on some fuck shit, right? And it has everything to do with you saying, right? Because people think like being a whistleblower, right? That means that, like, you know, like let's say you're in a corporate company, that means you have to go tell the highest boss. No, being a whistleblower can like literally be telling like someone that's just like close to you, and just because you said it, you brought awareness and attention to it, and you know people aren't going to believe you, but you have some sort of spiritual spidey senses when it comes to people, especially hiding in plain sight, that no one can see, no one would ever detect, no one would ever know. You pick up on it. And it's like all you have to do is say something, even if you're whispering, and then they're on the like their time is ticking before they're exposed. It's something crazy like that. That's insane. Okay. So now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. Let me look into this one, because there's a couple different ones on this one. You're really good at integrating the yin and the yang. That's a spiritual gift. Healing hands especially. Okay, we got our healing hands in here. So you could be a healer. You could be a light worker. And you help people integrate between the good and the evil, right? Because there's a fine line. This is also about shadow work. Ooh. So in order to, you have to understand, right? It's really hard for like earth angels, light workers to integrate their shadow, because you have to go and face your demons. That's how you defeat them. And then once you face your demons, they work for you, right? Which is why sometimes, especially because someone say like they're a light worker or an earth angel or a healer or whatever, you don't know if that person's done shadow work. And if that person's done shadow work, they don't even have to do anything. they can literally call upon the divine. They can call upon their ancestors. And if they've already defeated their demons, they can call upon their demons to do their dirty work. All they have to do is be like, hey, this person's messing with me. These are all necessary, right? Because if you don't conquer your demons, then they will possess you. That's like a huge high key thing. If you don't conquer your shadow side, so people that are saying that, like, refuse to say that they have demons, right? Or refuse to say that they have any kind of evil within them. We all do. Being a human being is being a multifaceted person. You have all different kinds of layers, areas to you. And that's why the spiritual work is so important, because it pulls back the layers, right? You are really good at integration. You're really good at seeing from, and this makes sense why you're such a good mediator and why you're able to, because this really gives me like, you have been a person that has mastered seeing behind the illusion, beyond the surface level, right? And it's because you have done a lot of integrating when it comes to yourself. There's an evil side to you, and you love and accept that. There's a good side to you, and you love and accept that. Because no matter where you want to get to, you have to accept yourself and fully love yourself whole, right? For the good, bad, and the ugly, right? It's easy to love yourself for all the good that you are. How can you love yourself for all the fucked up shit that you've done, right? And that's what this integration is. So you're really good at playing devil's advocate, but there's a reasoning for it. You're a very wise and intellectual person. I like a high key. And you're able to gather up everything once you get enough information and really show every single side of it, which makes sense why you're such a great mediator. And you're able to see, you notice, it's really funny because you notice every little detail, but it's like, it's spiritually speaking. The reason that you go and notice every detail is because you're spiritually evaluating it. So you've been on this like spiritual journey for a while, whoever you are, picking this pile. Okay, so we got Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? So you could also be like a guide, a teacher. You're definitely a wise one, so you come from a lineage of wise ones, I'm seeing here. Very, very clairsentient. So you can go into a room and feel it out, or you can be, like, once you get into people's energy, you can feel the unseen. So that makes sense. Like, if anyone has any kind of malevolent or non-beneficial feelings, you pick that up immediately, which is why you're able to spot the thief in the night so quickly, like this. You can tell when someone's on some bullshit or not immediately. It's because of your clairsentience. You have an abnormal, and I'm going to say this, or abnormal clairsentience awareness. So like I was saying in the beginning, right? We have gifts, everyone does, but the difference, it's like when you go to the gym and you're working out a muscle, right? You've been working out this clairsentience muscle probably since you were a little child. And so you're at a very high level of clairsentience. I want to use myself as an example. After my spiritual awakening with my clairaudience, I was exercising, especially by doing readings and doing spiritual work, so much. Like, I've done thousands upon thousands upon thousands of readings. I was getting to a point with my clairaudience where I could be 50 feet away from someone, and if they started talking about me, I'd start hearing it. And that sounds crazy, but I was exercising that muscle, my clairaudience, so much that it's reached such a high level now. And I was already born with these gifts, but because of like doing card readings and getting into spiritual work, I was exercising that muscle to like a high degree. So whether you've been aware of it or not, you've been exercising this muscle for a while, because there's been some in your past, especially, I feel like you always come across people like this because that's how the divine gets them called out. It's like something about you saying it. You could even whisper it to someone and like their time clock starts. But because you can get the bigger picture, and I feel like you pick it up through your feelings. With all the water here, you can show people which way they need to go to next. It's like you pick it up from the vibe. And so you could also be an oracle. You might do this kind of work too. But you show people the way, right? So if someone's getting called to journey to someone, or if someone's getting called to go on a new journey, or if someone's getting called, it's like something about being a compass. So there could be some sort of compass resonance here, but it's like, let's say someone has a compass, okay? And they're like, I need to go on a journey. I just like, there's something inside me that tells me I need, but I don't know where to go. Do I need to go north, south, east, or west? They're going to come to you and they're going to be like, which way to go? And then you're going to pick up their vibe, and then you're going to be like, okay, you need to go south. It's crazy. Now, with no need to worry, another one of your spiritual gifts is that fire. Yeah. So we got my rainbow children here. I don't know if you can see that. Rainbow children, rainbow adults. If you don't know what that is, you need to look it up. Also, I'm getting indigo children, indigo adults. If you don't know what that is, look it up, which really high key makes sense about that. I can see a mile away indigo children being like that. So basically, see how there's like a little fire pit, right? So we definitely have my empaths in the building, and empaths are most clairsentient. There's no way you can be an empath. You could also be a Hyoka empath. Take whatever applies or resonates, but empaths are clairsentient. They have clear feeling. They can pick up psychic information from the vibes and the feelings in the room. So this makes so much sense. But not only that, empaths are very compassionate and very graceful and merciful when it comes to people's emotional nature. So that's a spiritual gift. What you're able to do as an empath is you take so sorry, I just got this in the middle of it. Also have my crystal children. Crystal children, crystal adults. Okay, so the rainbow children are the rainbow auras, the indigos are the blue auras, indigo, and the crystal children are the purple. I'm a crystal child, crystal adult, with a little bit of indigo, little bit, but mostly I'm a crystal adult, okay? Rainbows are usually the younger generations, but there's about maybe like 1/4 that are a part of the older generations as a whole, but they mostly came after the 2000s. But there's like a very small percentage of rainbow children before 2000. So take whatever applies or resonates, but you're able to take people's worries just by them talking to you, basking in your aura, basking in your vibe. With your clairsentience, you're able to take people's worries and throw it in the fire. So someone can come like running up to you, very emotionally overwhelmed, crying, screaming, having a mental breakdown, and you can like take that from them and throw it in the fire and burn it. That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so it says, how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Today's soul action. Choose one self-care action to do today. 1, set stronger boundaries. 2, meditate and listen to your heart. Here, I'm just going to show you this so then y'all can pause it. Okay. Because I'm like getting the message high and clear, and so I need to say this. Because of you being an empath, right? You're really good at self-love and compassion, especially when it comes to others and coaching others through it. But one place where you have to do the extra work is your own self-love and your own compassion. Because that's what happens with empaths. Empaths, that's a big reason why they attract narcissists, which the selfless attract the selfish. And so you're really good at helping other people with this, but you could have a problem like helping yourself. And so that's where the balance has to come in, because you bring so much of this to other people. You need to be aware that as much as you give other people and help other people and take other people's worries, right, you need to start doing that with yourself to balance the scales. So we're also getting Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Inner Venus. Okay. And that's what empaths tend to do. We care so much about humanity. We care so much about genuinely helping people that we can like forsake ourselves. And it's like, that's not what your gifts were meant to do. It is okay for you to also use that on yourself. You need to start imagining and putting yourself into scenarios where you're like right in front of you, and how you would give yourself so much of what you give others. This is just a reminder on that, because you can use your gifts towards yourself. It's not you being selfish doing that. It actually balances the whole equation, because your gifts aren't supposed to make you run out and be on empty, be on low. You're supposed to also use them on yourself. That's a part of having a gift, right? And just because you want to help other people so much and you can, doesn't mean you forsake yourself. So you need to start practicing, like pretend like you're a whole nother entity, like it's you right in front. How would you treat yourself if you were right in front of you? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like an exercise, okay? Now, the last thing we got was third eye chakra. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life. So some of y'all could have your third eye chakra busted wide open. It makes sense, especially with the clairsentience, how high of a level it is. It really goes back to like this thief in the night. You can see, so a lot of y'all are clairvoyant, which means you have clear seeing, you have visions. You could see a lot in your mind's eye. Like if someone says, okay, there's a horse, you can actually like vision it in your head. You see, not only do you see things from a different perspective, but you're able to get other people to see things from a different perspective. You also have a lot of spiritual experiences, so you've actually seen before you, right? The paranormal. You could have had alien encounters. You could have ghosts, seen angelic beings. There's also something about meditating and having visions here. That's a spiritual gift. But because you have this gift of clairvoyance as well, maybe it's definitely not as practiced as your clairsentience, but it's definitely there. And because you are this visionary and you can see beyond the veil, that's why this, okay? And people being in your energy, like they won't believe it at first, right? But the longer that people stay around you and are in your energy, people will start to believe you, because they're going to start seeing shit too. You hit a lot of people's third eye chakra, especially the more that they bask in your energy. A lot of y'all have been through so many experiences that your third eye chakra is busted wide open. I know for me, I definitely relate to this pile a lot. For me, January 1st, 2023, My third eye chakra was busted wide open. Now, for anyone out there listening, I do not ever suggest that you force your third eye open. I think your spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the divine God will do it for you. But don't ever force that open, because your third eye is only supposed to be forced open when you go through spiritual experiences or you're going through really big life lessons where you need all of your spiritual gifts and abilities. But you definitely trigger people's third eye chakra to open, right? Not on purpose. It's just because you have so much in the works here. You're a very spiritual person. It just kind of happens to where they go through experiences too, and then people start realizing the more they are in your energetic aura that not only were you right, not only were you not full of shit, that this stuff is actually real, and all you were doing was speaking your truth and trying to help people. So that's very, very beautiful. Be careful about what you touch. There's something here about healing hands. Y'all might be able to like actually touch people and take stuff in, but since we have very high level empaths in this pile, you're also a sponge, so you can actually absorb it too. So you need to be careful about who, what, any kind of noun, person, place, or thing that you touch, because yes, you can take it, but one thing that empaths don't realize and don't understand is if you don't learn how to properly release or let it exit, you'll take that on in your own physical being. So just be very aware of what you touch. Okay, that's very important. But you're a very, very wise soul, and you're a very wise person, and you pick up a lot of wisdom also through feelings. So you're also the type of person that can like hear someone or be in their energy or just be around or pick up on the vibe and see like who's the real deal. So especially like when it comes to oracles, right? You can like tell right off the bat from someone, like even just doing your oracle, whether they're the real deal or not. So you can be a life path 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9. The 3rd, 19th, and 24th of next month are going to have some resonance and significance. I wasn't expecting to do that part, but they really wanted me to say that for you. So write those down. My readings are timeless. But yeah, the 3rd, 19th, and 24th, there could be some updates or some spiritual experiences happening to you concerning everything that I've just mentioned, okay? But if y'all like videos like this, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments below. I greatly appreciate y'all, and I will talk to you later, number 2. Hey, number 3. Okay, let's see what your spiritual gifts are. Okay, there's a lot in here that you don't know. Hold on, I'm channeling. Okay, I'm getting water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm also getting earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or Venus. So with the 7 of Swords, you have the spiritual gift of being able to read between the lines. Okay, so you can see past the surface level. I'm getting high key Scorpio energy here, like it's ridiculous. If it's not Scorpio, then you have prominent Pluto placements in your astrological birth chart, which means like you could have I'm getting Pluto on your sun, rising, moon, Mercury, North Node, or Venus, as well as Pluto on your like angular houses in your astrological birth chart. There's something about, okay, something about a lot of y'all could be clairaudient, but there's something about when people say stuff to you, you can really cut through the surface layer and understand like what they mean, which is very odd. That's what I'm saying. Like, it reminds me of Scorpio energy because Scorpio is like, so when you go beyond the veil, like having paranormal experiences, Scorpio reads beyond the surface layer. Like, it can see through the bullshit. So that's why I'm getting high key Scorpio energy here, or prominent Pluto placements. Because, like, you know how they say everyone that comes up and like tells you a compliment or is cheering for you is not really cheering for you. You're a person that's able to tell, especially through someone's words, like what they actually mean. So someone could be like, you know, coming up to you and be like, oh, I really think it wouldn't be in your best interest to like do that. But what you really see, what they're trying to say is they're trying to set you up so then you don't become more successful. It's really weird like that because of the Seven of Swords energy, it's someone trying to run away, hide, or withhold intellect and communication. But it's like they can't hide that from you. There's something about Aladdin here. Like the Disney movie. So that's like a synchronicity or a sign that this is definitely your pile. If there's something concerning with the Aladdin or Abu, I'm getting Abu, like the little monkey from Aladdin. But yeah, so like people can, of course, people can pull the wool over your eyes, but the only reason they can do it is because you allow it. Like, you'll immediately sense it the moment they come to you, like through your intellect or communication. You can really pick this up with people. Like, are they saying what they actually mean, or is there some like underlying truth that they're not speaking when they're talking to you? And you can really pick that up. You can get the wool pulled over your eyes, but it's only because you allow it. And here's the thing about this kind of energy. It's very abnormal for you because either if you allow it, of course it will happen, but most of the time you don't allow it. So like, this is a person that's not fooled by the surface layer. They're more fooled by, they're blinded by their love for someone. So that's how people can really get you. It's like people think that they're smarter than you, or they can like come and say what you want to hear, but you get a feeling or an intuitive hit or something that they're not being genuine. It's only like if you truly love this person, and that's the only way that they can get through you. But even if you allow it, it's only like the clock is on its timer ticking down before you really uncover this. And what most of y'all don't know is that the reason is because you're a natural born medium. So now I was saying in the beginning of this, this is half and half, because some of y'all know, some of y'all have had paranormal experiences before, and the other half of y'all don't know, right? And Scorpio rules over mediumship. So like I've talked about this before. everyone thinks that they can channel, but you have to be like a natural born medium. See, I'm a medium. I've had paranormal experiences. I've talked about this in my previous videos since I was in 6th grade with ghosts. That was the first thing that really like happened to me to let me realize. I've practiced with it. I've decided not to do it like as a job, like, what's that girl's name? Like the Long Island medium or whatever. I don't like to do it like that. I use the tarot cards as a tool, and I channel from the cards, and this is how I kind of use my mediumship abilities. I just do it in a different way, but I have done like mediumship readings, but just for like personal close friends or just to test my psychic ability. But this is how I really use it. So I'm getting some of y'all who are channelers, right? Whether you are an oracle or not, you use oracle cards. I even use my mediumship abilities for astrology, which is why like my astrology readings are a lot different than quote unquote, by the book astrologers. Some people call it intuitive astrologers. I literally channel messages from the divine. I kind of feel like I'm in my own kind of lane when it comes to that, because I've never, even the quote unquote intuitive astrologers don't really pick up or channel what I do, but it's because I have the gift of mediumship. So everyone thinks that they can channel messages, and it's not true. You have to be like yeah, I just heard a creak. I love it when the divine does that. You have to be a natural born medium in order to channel, because it's the veil. So there's a veil. It starts with like ghosts and everything like that, going into paranormal activity and experiences. But some people are born without a veil, and that's what mediums are. Or the veil is like really thin before they just like completely break it. That's why you're able to see, because it's like when people come and talk to you, you can like actually channel what they really mean, or channel the intellect that's being hidden behind like what kind of lies are being said to you. But I'm like high key getting that energy. So that's a spiritual gift, is your mediumship abilities. And like I said, if you want to become better or greater at it, I've like done thousands upon thousands of readings. I've talked about this isn't my first YouTube. I had a YouTube where I had like over 4,000 subscribers when I was on it. But I had to go do a lot of healing on my own, and I've done like a ton of readings, personally, professionally. I've just had a lot of experience with it. So that's why I'm so good at doing this. People, misconstrue, like I get on here and I'm just so naturally good at it out of nowhere. And it's like, no, it took me years. This is like my 5th year of being on my spiritual journey. I had my awakening in 2018. And I practiced in the moment I was told to get on YouTube. And then I got off YouTube to go deal with a generational curse that I broke, like a really heavy one. And then I was guided to like rebrand and get back on here. So I'm also getting with that. You also have a spiritual, there's a reason they were telling me to say all that. You have the spiritual gift of being able to like start over, start anew as well. So I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. There could be some Native American ancestry here. I'm also getting you have been in a lot of situations where your third eye has been busted open, which makes sense. You have a very prominent third eye, or you've had more experiences where your third eye has been forced open, which I always say don't ever force it open yourself. Let your spirit guides do it for you because they know when. You also have the spiritual gift of being a lone wolf. Okay, you can feel really misunderstood, especially mediums, right? We definitely feel misunderstood because not everyone has that true gift. Yeah, I'm just getting, for a lot of y'all who already know this, you've been around people, especially people like in the tarot community, where they're like, oh yeah, I'm channeling something, and they're not even channeling, they're saying the textbook definition of the Seven of Swords, right? It's different when you're picking up information, right? That doesn't even mean this card. Or something else applies to it. There's like, I don't know, and there's a lot of misunderstanding energy here about you, and it's a lot of it is because you're a medium, and there's not a bunch of mediums, right? The spiritual community, the psychic community, the medium community, they're very infiltrated. There's a lot of people who just, you know, they say they're one thing, or they do this and they do that, and they're not truly genuinely trying to help people, or they're forsaking their gifts. And I don't feel like that with you, and I feel like that's why you've been put into a big like loner wolf type of situation, because you don't want to become that, which is really good. There's something about getting upgrades with your spiritual gifts, especially your mediumship abilities during full moons. So you need to keep an eye on every full moon. There's something specific when it comes to that. Now, another thing, okay, because we got, I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. So this is the type of spiritual people that's not supposed to be like in working a 9 to 5. Your life can actually go very chaotic if you're in more of like a structured system. You're not supposed to be someone that's chained in the shackles of like corporate America, for example, right? Use that as an example. But you're not supposed to have a 9 to 5. And that's also why it's saying unleash your wildness, because you're a free spirit here. You're not supposed to be chained to something and choose to be free. You're not supposed to be like enslaved to anything. This could be a big lesson that has come along on your journey that you've been starting to realize. I'm a very spiritual person, very mystical, and I'm also a medium, so I can definitely relate to all this. And every time I've gotten like into a 9 to 5 or gotten into like it really did a number on me spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, psychologically, and I'm getting the message to give this out. So this is why like I really enjoy doing what I do within this, because I get to not only be wild, right? Do what I want to do, work for myself, but I'm also free, right? I get to really lean upon my intuition on when to post a video or what kind of videos to make, and I'm like my own boss. And there's some kind of resonance when it comes to all of this with you. Like you're not supposed to be shackled or chained or enslaved. Okay, it says, what risk can I take today? So you're also supposed to take risks in this life. I feel like because there's something here about job, right? Some of y'all might be in 9 to 5 jobs or be in corporate America, but there's some kind of resonance here. And it might be like riskier to do something more wild or more free. But that's like one of your spiritual gifts, is to be like a risk taker, to be wild, to be free. Okay. We got, be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risks than you ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big, scary leap. But do not fret because your soul has wings. Today's soul action. What risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave and courageous, and you will discover what you were really made of. So, one of your spiritual gifts is that your risks actually pay off. Now, they are risks, don't get it twisted. They are, but they're going to have high rewards because you are naturally abundant. This is also a spiritual gift, being abundant. Okay? Now, this can come in many different forms because abundance doesn't just mean like monetary money. Okay? You can be abundant in a lot of different ways. You can be spiritually abundant. You can be abundant with love. But like, I am getting something about the money will come, but you have to take the risk, and you're not meant to be chained down. Like, they don't enslave and chain down wolves, right? Because wolves are meant to roam free. I feel like you have been a lone wolf for so long. One thing I do want to say is that you're about to find your pack. That's something that's coming through. Okay. I know it's been like a long ride for a lot of y'all, but there's something going on very soon. My readings are timeless, but something after getting this message, something's happening very soon, and everyone's going to get this message whenever they're meant to and supposed to, but a wolf pack is coming together full of other lone wolves, and it's like there's something about soul tribe, soul family, and your ancestors are planning this right now. So I know it's been like very lonely and it's been a long ride, but you're nearly there and you're going to be so happy. But they had to like reconstruct you and get you very grounded and well preserved on your own before joining the pack. Does that make sense? Like, they've done solo work on all of y'all to bring this pack in together. Very interesting. So you're about to come into a community or a tribe or something like that with people that are just like you. Okay, then we got Inner Temple, Devotion, Tune into the portal of your heart. So because of this mediumship ability, you're able to really cut through the surface layers, see through, and you're a lone wolf. One of the things that you are, we're all supposed to listen to our higher selves, but there's kind of more of a need to or a certainty when it comes to certain people. And obviously you're very gifted. You're a free soul, you're a free spirit. And so, and because you're a lone wolf, I feel like y'all have been going through, whoever this is, pile number 3, you've been going through situations where you've had to cut off family, you've had to cut off friends, you've had to cut off everyone, lovers, etc., like just all of the above. Like, you've really turned into the lone wolf as of lately. And the reasoning is because you used to depend on these family, friends, lovers to guide you. And that's why I was saying, like, people can pull the wool over your eyes, but it's only because of your blind love that you have for them. It's like if a stranger that you don't know tries to do this, you're going to immediately check them. It's your love. And so that's why you really had to become a lone wolf, because you've been having to rebalance, right? You've been having to rebalance this in order to give that love to yourself. So you have to have a devotion to listening to your intuition. A big part of how you listen to your intuition is asking your heart what it wants. There's something big about your heart. So I'm getting air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm also getting Leo energy because Leo rules over the heart. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or Venus sign. Okay. But there's something about you have to have a devotion towards not only your higher self, but your heart. But your higher self speaks to you through your heart. I'm getting something like, you know how there's an interview with Selena Gomez, and it was like the interviewer was asking, like, what do you want people to most know about you that they don't already know about you? And she was like, my heart. And she has a Leo moon. Okay, but so you're going to have to do more meditation in order to get in tune really with your higher self and your heart. But your higher self speaks to you through your heart. So you know that song, Listen to Your Heart? That's like y'all, okay? And then we got Forest Frolic Maiden. I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. Yeah. So you're during this lone wolf time, because I feel like this is a season, this is a spiritual lesson. You're not always going to be like this. You're actually being prepared for the pack. You've been like this most of your life, and it actually might make you really uncomfortable at first being a part of a pack because you've like really been a lone wolf. You feel like very misunderstood, and that's a big thing when it comes to being a free spirit or a risk taker or someone that's naturally wild, right? Wild doesn't have to mean anything bad. It just means like you can't be enslaved, okay? But this is to help you connect to you're doing a lot of work around heart chakra. So the heart chakra is going to be incredibly important for you on your journey. You need to constantly work on your heart chakra. But there's something about you healing your inner child, protecting your inner child, because it has a lot to do with your heart. A lot of joy is coming forward. There's also there's something about mushrooms, and then you could be seeing a lot of squirrels as of recently. Okay, so you either need to look up like squirrel animal totem, squirrel animal spirit, or squirrel spiritual meaning, like squirrel sightings spiritual meaning, as well as wolf. But there's a lot of abundance coming in, especially with this pack you're about to get in. They're going to be very like you. It's going to be kind of weird because you're used to kind of being the oddball or the weird one out, you know? So it's going to be uncomfortable at first because you're just so used to being in your own energy. But it's after you get accustomed to it and used to it, it's just going to feel like home. So there's a lot going on when it comes to the home. So you could be getting a new home or moving locations, or a new person's coming into your home. But there's something about a wolf pack here, and it's going to bring joy, and it's going to acknowledge your inner child. But that's why you've been in this lone wolf energy. You've been healing your inner child as well as restoring your heart and your heart chakra. But there's some kind of blessing when it comes to the home that I do want to say. And it makes sense, especially with like being you're like super not only conscious, but like you're very sensitive to energy. So this is also my empaths as well as the clairsentient. Okay. There's a lot of abundance coming in, and it's just something about healing your inner child. You could have had a really unstable home growing up, and that's why you've always been in this lone wolf. Like you were the odd one out even in your family. You could have been born to a family like this as well, And because you didn't cut off your family for a long time, you were attracting not only friendships but romantic relationships, and your family did a lot of injustice to you when it comes to your they were very mentally abusive. And so that's why you're a lone wolf right now, because you're starting to realize that they were doing that to throw you off, right? But now you're about to like have your true family, your actual wolf pack come in. And you've always been abundant. You just had to do healing. Because I hear some of y'all saying, well, I'm not that abundant. Yes, you are. You've been mind fucked the majority of your life, being raised in a home like this. Or if you had experiences like as a child, there's like inner child healing. They would call you crazy. So now you're healing from that, but I feel like a big new chapter is coming in. I wasn't expecting this, but I still have got to give the message. And so during this time, you need to rest and meditate, especially. You need to listen to whatever your higher self tells you to do it. There's something about some sort of pyramid. There could be a building that's like a pyramid near you, or something having to do with ancient Egypt or ancient Mu. That's of resonance to someone here. Also work on your sacral chakra. I'm also getting that, as well as your heart chakra. Okay, your sacral chakra is blocked right now. Okay, well, I hope that this helped you and brought clarity. If so, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments below, and I will talk to you later, number 3. Love you. Hey, number 4. Okay, let's see what your spiritual gifts are. There's a lot you don't know. Ooh, okay. The majority of this you don't even know. Let's see. Okay, this is really weird because I usually say the signs, but they're saying there's something that's going to manifest from this in the water sign season. So, from your spiritual gifts. So, my readings are timeless. Whenever you see it is when you're meant to, but the next like water sign season, you might be in a water sign season right now. Like right now as I'm filming this, I'm in Pisces season. But Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, there's something happening. Okay. So, one of your spiritual gifts is that you attract a lot of suitors. This is so funny. This is probably going to be my most random pile, I'm not going to lie, because I was not expecting this. But you attract a lot of romantic suitors. Okay, whether you're, male, female, or whatever you identify as, you have a spiritual gift of attracting a lot of romantic suitors. I'm also getting something about Hermes, so you have a gift when it comes to your intellect and communication. So, okay, I am going to say the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo. Now, this one's really funny because, right, take action, get to moving. you have the spiritual gift of influencing. Okay. And I know people say, like, you know, especially with like online, they're an influencer, but you can actually influence things to happen and for people to take action and get to moving. The bad thing is that this can work in your favor, but this can also work not in your favor, which means that you can actually trigger people very easily because you have such a big influence on people, right? You can make people take the right actions towards you, but you also can like trigger the fuck out of people. Okay, to make them take actions against you. So this is someone that has had a lot of people, people have very like black and white reactions to you. Okay. I'm going to come back to this one because there's something. I'm going to clarify that one. Okay, dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Now, this is like 3 different things. So, one thing, it can be like you might need to dance around more because that gets the energy moving, especially if you've been in like hermit mode or been resting or meditating. Dancing can get the energy to like start moving. Like if you want things to start up and moving forward, that could be a spiritual gift of yours. But it's not only that, you can shape shift your energy. What does that mean? That means that, so a lot of people, it's kind of like, you're very mutable. What does mutable mean? It means it's like very go with the flow. So you can go into new environments with new people and new situations and you can adapt. That is a spiritual gift. It doesn't seem like a spiritual gift, but it definitely is. You don't know how many people can't do that, right? It reminds me like kind of like of a cactus. Like a cactus could go anywhere and it can survive, right? There could be some synchronicity or significance of the cactus. You might need to look at the spiritual meaning of a cactus. But you have a shapeshifter energy, which means that you have a lot of endurance. And you have a lot of humility and you are very humble, which means that you can shapeshift your energy to your surroundings or to around people in order for you to survive. And that's definitely a spiritual gift. Okay. You also have the spiritual gift of being assertive. Now, it's really funny because I feel like there's some of y'all, it's like really 50-50. There's some of y'all who are just like, you stick it where the sun don't shine and you don't care. And there's other people who kind of don't like to be combative. And they really save that energy for when they need it. Especially those of y'all who save it, it comes out even more docile. See, this is how I know I'm channeling stuff because I don't even say words like that. It comes out more aggressive or like docile, which even gives it a bigger influence because people least expect it. This is why when they say like, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, it's because someone can be like really assertive. See how there's like a mask? Some of y'all could be like in a masquerade or New Orleans. There's a lot of I am originally from Baton Rouge, so New Orleans is like one of my favorite places to go, but I'm getting that like masquerade. And these, okay, they don't even look like, it just reminds me of little masquerade masks. There could be some, like, see how it's like a masquerade? People can really, especially those of y'all, because there's some of y'all who are just assertive off the bat. You're like, I don't give a fuck. Your throat chakra, there ain't no problems. But the other ones of y'all who hide it, you kind of have this masquerade and you have this strength underneath and you only pull it out when absolutely necessary, and it really shocks people how strong you are. Because, right, you can see it whenever someone is just very assertive off the top. But with y'all, you wait until like you have no other option. So people can really mistake your kindness for weakness, and then they get a whole different motherfucker once you take that mask off, and they're like, "Oh shit, this person snuck up on me." Yeah, honey. Yes, honey. Mhm. Uh, a lot of y'all have also been very underestimated because people don't realize that you have this shape shifting energy, so they think that you're going to lose, and they might even get you to like, they get into your head, into your emotions, that you're going to lose. Because what am I most afraid of losing? But that's the thing, I feel like you can't lose. The only way you can lose is if you give up because of these gifts. Not only, can you take action and make things happen, but you can take other people, you can make other people with your influence take action to work for your benefit, even if it's like, sometimes, like, oh, it just really reminds me of someone that has all their shit together, but they're doing evil in the dark. And so you go up to that person and you're able to trigger them. No one else is able to trigger them, but you have the spiritual gift of like, that's what I'm saying. It can work like in your favor, of course, but sometimes you have to be very discerning with this because people have very black and white reactions to you. Either they love you or they hate you. Either they're obsessed with you in a healthy way or they're obsessed with you in a toxic way. So, and you're supposed to take action. I feel like even when you mess up or you make a mistake, it somehow ends up working in your favor because of your shapeshifter energy. And I feel like, if you are the type of person that's more, you could be assertive right off the bat and it wouldn't hurt you, but it's something about some of y'all, you don't want to get too cocky because you know the reactions that you get. And then the other half of y'all are like, people are going to give me the reactions anyway, so I might as well just rip off the mask and just to be that bitch. It's really kind of how you want to take it. It's really how you kind of want to take it. What it comes down to is two different styles. That's why I'm saying 50-50. So take whatever applies or resonates. But even when you do mess up, because I feel like you take accountability with how you need to shape shift. And so you take the necessary actions going towards, yeah. As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Today's soul action, name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. Today's mantra, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Yeah, you're going to have to take big risks in this life. And it's really funny because I'm getting Rihanna in my head when she's like getting interviewed, like, what do you do on the days that you don't feel confident? And Rihanna's like, I fake it. I feel like you're going to have to take, but some of y'all have a hell of a poker face. I do want to say that. Especially with the mask being here and see with the knight, he has a little shield over his face. That could be a big reason why you have so many suitors, because like They feel like they have you figured out in one way. You're very mysterious, especially those of you who only bring this out when you absolutely have to. It just adds to your intrigue. But you're going to have to take big, serious risks and take action even when it will piss off people and even when it will trigger people. But I feel like you're going to have to fake it until you make it. You're going to have to take that action or take that risk even when you're like trembling in your boots, and keep your poker face on, because you're going to win regardless. You just have to fake it until you make it. Something about this shape-shifting energy, it's like you can survive. Like you can survive, you can thrive, and it's a transformative ability is what it is. You can transform into anything that you need to transform into. Not to say that it's not going to take time to learn it, but not everyone can transform and adapt. And that is a serious spiritual gift. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who cannot transform. We're talking about high-key phoenix energy here. The phoenix dying and then rising from the ashes. So high-key Scorpio energy as well here. Not anyone, because here's the thing, if the phoenix doesn't rise from the ashes, it's dead. Like it already died. That's the spiritual metaphor, right? There's going to be things in your life that are going to kill you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychologically. But how you get reborn again is if you continue to push on. This isn't a speed test, it's an endurance test. And because you died from so much and rose from the ashes, you're going to have to take big risks. And that's why it's saying take action. But you can be scared because you understand spiritually the reactions that you get. Do it anyways, even if you're terrified. I'm seeing a lot of y'all, especially those of y'all who are very, you don't want to rock the boat. You like to keep the peace, and you don't take off this mask unless you absolutely have to, right? You're meant to rock the boat. Because you can survive through it. But yeah, you have this spiritual gift of this transforming and adaptability that is just unmatched. You've been through situations and circumstances in your life that most people wouldn't have survived from. You need to give yourself where credit's due. Now, another thing, spirit guides. I am open to my guides and I trust in the wisdom that they share with me. So you are very connected with your spirit guides, unlike any other. I'm getting a ringing in my left ear. So your spirit guides talk to you. They could talk to you in the form of thought processes. Like that's how my spirit guides first talked to me, being clairaudient when I was little. They didn't want to talk to me in their real voices because they didn't want to frighten me. So they would talk to me in my voice and I would just think I was thinking something. But you have a very deep connection with your spirit squad, your spirit guides, more than you realize. And they wanted me to use that example because I think a lot of y'all think that you're thinking thoughts in your head and it's actually your spirit guides communicating with you. This adaptability and stuff, where it shows you the signs of like how to transform and what to do, you get a lot of synchronicities, like a lot. You be delved way deep in seeing angel numbers. Like you know all about that. You've been in this for a while now. A lot of y'all have had a spiritual awakening too. You know who your soul is. But most people can't connect to their spirit guides the way that you do, so that is a spiritual gift. As well as your higher self, like your soul. They wanted me to show that. There's some significance. Some of y'all might have like decorations or something like that where it's like a moon in the middle and then like 2 half moons on the outside. Yeah, your crown chakra is fully open. A lot of y'all are crystal children, I'm hearing right now, or crystal adults now. If you're not aware of what that is, go look it up. I'm also a crystal child. Hi. Basically, you're a very old soul and you have this wisdom that's inherent. You also have spirit guides that you just have an uncanny connection with your spirit guides. Like they know you in and out, and they know, and it's like something about you. It's like it's them. Some of y'all might be aware of it. Some of y'all might not be. You might think, for those of y'all, you might think it's like angels or ancestors or whatever, but there's something about your spirit guides here that are really up in your business. Like, this is a very unusual relationship between humans and spirit guides, which is a gift because most people don't know they have spirit guides. And I do feel like there's an awareness here, but you might think it's a bunch of different, like maybe ancestors or maybe deceased loved ones. And it's like, no, they have to get to your spirit guides before they can even cross towards you. That's how protective your spirit guides are of you. This is crazy. Okay. So I was going to get clarification on this, but now I know why I waited till the end because I'm channeling like a motherfucker. Okay, so it says, I am ready. Thank you. Now, 13 it's a karmic number. So 13 represents that you have to do serious hard work before you reap the rewards. I was born on the 13th. It can also mean like in a past life, like you relied more on other people's hard work and you reaped the rewards from it. So like in this life, you have to work hard yourself to reap the rewards. But what I'm getting about this, because this isn't like a message about your spiritual gifts. That was your spiritual gifts message. What is crazy, and this is why I saved it for the end, is that you've done so much hard work. You're ready now for the brand new beginning, the new chapter. And like your spirit guides wanted to leave this in for you. Spirit guides coming through again, I swear to God. But yeah, they wanted to let you know, because whoever you are, you've been getting a lot of messages lately, like here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. And yeah, let me just go ahead and throw that on you again. Here it comes. You're ready now. So get ready for your whole life to change, because you're about to shape shift again. And I feel like this is going to be the huge one, because we got to take action, get to moving. And what am I most afraid of losing? Like, you're entering one of the biggest cycles of your life. And that's why they're saying if you wanted to come in sooner to start dancing, and they're also saying that in this new cycle, even when you're scared, pull the mask off and be assertive when you absolutely need to, which means you're about to be around people, places, and things that can make you feel a bit more insecure. You're about to be around a lot of highly influential, powerful, rich people. And so that's why you have to be assertive. But you're ready now. You might not feel like you're ready. I feel like a lot of y'all are like, I don't know if I'm ready. Yeah, you are. You are. You've proven yourself through your spiritual gift. But remember, be assertive and don't back down just because someone has a higher, because you're very influential and you are going to trigger, but wherever you're going, you're meant to be, and you're actually needed there. Sometimes people need to trigger off the people in power or the rich, or in order to get through. This can be a good thing in the end, and I don't feel like you're going to lose from it. But you are going to rattle the cages for sure, but you're meant to. That's what you're here to do. So just hold on through it, okay? The 13th and the 25th of next month are significant. My readings are timeless. You could be a life path 1, 2, 3, or 5. Okay. But yeah, good luck with that number 4. You definitely deserve it, and you got this. Just stand in your power and literally fake it till you make it. Period. Okay? All right, love you. Hey, number 5. Okay, let's see what your spiritual gifts are. Ooh. Okay. So, this is a random message, but someone needs to hear this. Okay. Because this is a spiritual gift, but this is like newly added. You've dealt with a lot of karmic partners in your romantic life. Okay. What are karmic partners? Especially for the way that I made this card, because this is a part of my deck, link in bio. you know. But karmic partners, especially romantically, are here. So we get karmic partners before we meet the one, because they are here to teach us lessons spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, um, psychologically. Like, they're here to teach us lessons, so then we get all the lessons wrapped, so then when we meet the one that we're supposed to be with, we won't make the same mistakes that we did with the karmic partners. It's kind of like the test dummies, like with cars and stuff, they put the little test dummies in and then they go and crash it. That's literally what karmic partners are, right? So whenever I talk about karmic partners, right, it's like you're learning lessons with this person. Karmic partners are needed, because if you just went to like the right one, you would fuck everything up because you didn't learn the necessary lessons that you needed to learn. This is why, like, especially a lot of people in the spiritual community, I myself am like, date people, right? Date people, get into relationships, like, see how you are, see what you like. This is why it's important to, to get in serious relationships, to date, to live with people, to, get your hands and your feet muddy, because you're not going to know what you like until you experience it, right? This is why, especially, like, I respect no matter what anyone's decision is, but I can say from my own experience, like, I've seen people that are like, I don't want to have sex or even have my first kiss until I get married. And it's like, that's going to be some shit if you find out this is a karmic partner, like, not even the one you're supposed to be with. Like, you're really gambling by doing that, okay? Because then you get the lessons out of the way. And now there's other people. It really depends on your own personal journey, your Akashic records, and your soul contract. Some people are meant to date a fuck ton of people before they find the one. Some people, literally, like one of my best friends, she like met her true love when they were like 15, and they've been together ever since. So she's like never had a karmic partner. She just found the one when she was 15, and they've been dating ever since. So it just depends, There's all different kinds of different situations and circumstances. This is why it's important to listen to your intuition. But the only way you're going to experience life, right, is if you go and live it. But there's different reasonings for everything, and not everyone's going to have the same story. But whoever you are, in the romantic department, you literally have been faced with nothing but karmic partners. And I feel like deep down in your heart of hearts and your soul, you've really been looking for the one. You've really been looking for your other half. You might not admit it to yourself. okay? But you really want something that's solid and stable and everything like that. And you've had a lot of drama because you've been going through karmic cycles and karmic lessons with karmic partners. And so what is the spiritual gift that's coming? You're over that cycle, which means the next person that you end up getting with in a romantic relationship will not be a karmic partner. You have completed all of the cycles, all of the lessons when it comes to a karmic partner. So that's the first message, and I really want to congratulate you, because that means the next person that you romantically link up with is going to be the one. So congratulations, you definitely deserve that, okay, whoever you are. And now if you've, never had a karmic partner or anything like that, so take what applies or resonates, but this is the person who's definitely fully aware of learning a bunch of lessons romantically when it comes to different people, and they really are searching for something that is going to withstand the test of time. Okay, so we got the Emperor. So Aries energy, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or Venus. Okay. And it's funny because the root chakra actually rules over Aries energy. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. Okay, so I'm going to start with these two actually, and we're going to get into it. So the Emperor is basically about being an emperor, being a king, having a throne, having an empire, royalty, okay? Having a lot of power, a lot of influence, being the top dog. So whoever you are, you definitely have the spiritual gift of being an emperor. This is what everyone kind of, especially those who, this is the macho man, right? Everyone wants to be king. If we're talking Game of Thrones, this is the person on the throne. Everyone wants to be in a high position of authority, right? They say heavy is the heart that wears the crown. That only the emperor knows that. But whether it be spiritually, right? 'Cause some of y'all are already in this emperor position, right? An emperor, it shows in every area of your life, right? Financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. Most of the time, emperors, they go out and they get their bag and they get the empire. And then once they have gotten an empire, they're usually left looking within, right? And so they could be like, because a lot of people think that when you get money, success, fame, everything like that, that's what's going to make me finally happy. And then once you get there, you realize, oh shit, this isn't what's making me happy. So emperors usually get to a spot where they start having to go and look within, right? And it can definitely be through your karmic partners, you've realized that money isn't everything. You could have attracted a lot of people who were greedy, materialistic, right? And the emperor kind of has to go look for his empress, okay? Because the empress is one that embodies all of the queens, right? Someone can be an empress energy and not particularly have a lot of money, but they're very spiritual. They've realize the balance within each and everything, okay? But I'm getting very emperor energy, so top dog. Now, a big part of being the emperor is that you have everything that you need to survive and grow on the physical plane. So definitely an abundance of money, okay? Or you have this ability spiritually where I want it, I got it. And that makes so much sense with the emperor. So your root chakra is abnormally strong, which is good because if your root chakra gets messed up, it messes up all the rest of your chakras. Okay, love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. See how, okay, this is weird. See how I was talking about the emperor? Look at him in the back creeping. Oh my God. Look at him in the back creeping. He's like, oh yeah. See how the emperor I was talking about is looking for his empress? Now, some of y'all could be identifying as a man. Okay, so take whatever resonates or applies. But see how, and then there's this woman, and love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly, and she's hugging spirit. She's hugging the divine. She's hugging the light, God. And I was just talking about you ending karmic cycles with karmic partners. This is like really interesting. Yeah. I just heard something when I thought of that. That's confirmation. Y'all emperors, the one that you're attracting, your empress, could be very like psychic, spiritually attuned. But I'm getting empress energy. This is someone who's not materialistic. Not to say that they don't want the finer things in life, but they've been through so much shit. And that's what you're attracting right now, love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. It's weird because, like, yes, these are the spiritual gifts. And you also have a spiritual gift of compromisation here. You're really good at compromising. So I'm also getting Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or Venus. You're a really good compromiser. You work very, very well with other people. So this is someone, this is not an emperor that will ram all over people or run all over people just to get their way. This is someone who works with everyone and is a very selfless person, which makes him an even better emperor, right? This could be like an empathic emperor. But I'm getting something about money here. Whoever this emperor is, they have money. I will say that. But because they thought money was everything, they thought money could buy them love. And that's what they have realized. Money or status or wearing like the finest things or having the finest cars or anything like that doesn't give you true love. Self-love, a spiritual understanding can. And that's what I think is going on here. This is crazy. But I feel like someone's teaching the other how to connect with their own soul, with self-love, but also how to connect with the divine. I'm not expecting this message at all, but we're going to go with it, okay? So let's just say the root chakra, the emperor, and the compromisation are what the spiritual gifts are. This message needs to get out anyways, and I wasn't expecting this, so this is going to be like a kind of double one. So I'm sorry, number 4. But you need to know this information really, really bad. There's some like significance or importance here. So this is kind of, that's what we're ending on right there. And then we're going to go into this, okay? So we got deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Isn't that funny? Because look, be held. This is weird. And then everything I was just saying. What am I grateful for right now? There's something about material, like there's some, okay, whether this is a man or a woman that identifies as a man, take it as it applies or resonates. But this is someone who is in emperor mode, which means they have created and built an empire. Okay? They have everything that they could want or need, right? And they are a very good person. They're very selfless. They help out the community. They have helped out with a lot of people's lives. They're really good at compromising. So this is someone who deserves to be on the throne, right? But I'm seeing, right? This person wasn't like this at first. They've learned, okay? They've been growing, they've been doing a lot. But there's something about this lesson here where someone was thinking that they could buy love. Like true, authentic love. And the only way you can get true, authentic love is first you have to go within and you have to learn how to love your own self and your own soul. But there's something about spirituality here, psychology. But someone was thinking that like they would be like genuinely happy with monetary success, having the nicest things, looking the nicest, and I really resonate with this too because I used to be like this as well before my spiritual awakening. I used to be very in my 7th house Taurus energy, and Taurus on its dark side can be like, I can buy happiness or I can buy things to fill the hole. And I used to be like that before my spiritual awakening. After my spiritual awakening, I realized like, and this isn't a to dig anyone for wanting to live comfortable, that's fine. You can definitely live comfortable and have the finer things in life. But when you're leaning on that to make you happy, it's not going to work. Designer stuff, designer cars, having a lot of money and being the most fly and flashy, that's not going to make you happy at the end of everything. And that's where like self-love and a deeper knowing and understanding comes in. But someone's really they've been in rest and retreat mode. They've been doing a deep replenishment and really realizing this of their materialism. And I definitely get this because I've went through this lesson big time. Now don't get me fucked up now, okay? It is perfectly fine to want to have money and live a comfortable life. But when that's what you're basing your whole existence and worth and value on, what are you going to do if something happens and the money gets taken away? You know what I'm saying? And that was all that you based your worth and your value on, because it can happen. It can happen to anyone. Right? And it's happened to me. Like the divine and spirit literally have taken, as I have grown my gifts, right? And that was a part of my own life purpose. They took away a lot, especially a lot. I've had a lot of root chakra problems because everything that I've ever worked for at one time was taken away. Okay. But it was for my own spiritual growth and development, right? And especially to work through my shadow side of my Taurus 7th house. So then I realized, like, I still am valuable without money. Like, I still have meaning and value and worth. And it's not everything based on the material or the physical, okay? But someone really just, because I feel like someone's definitely wanted true love, and they just really thought that they could buy a true love. And I'm seeing someone's getting a real big wake-up call, and you definitely need to be grateful for what you have. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be comfortable, but it's just that difference, and this is a spiritual lesson, right? When you die and you leave this earth, you can't bring all your material goods with you. And there are like more valuable things to this earth than just the things that money can buy, right? Not to say that we don't have needs to survive, right? We do, and it's okay to be comfortable, but it's a fine line when you get there, and you got to know how to properly control yourself or work through that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying this Emperor is getting a really big lesson on that, especially when it comes to, because I've had a lot of people, right? They would make fun of me because of what I'm wearing, or then people make fun of people for what they're wearing, and it's like, if the whole world goes to shit and we go back, you know, the Hunger Games starts, right? It's not gonna matter if you were wearing Gucci. It's not gonna matter if you were wearing Louis Vuitton. Like, it's not gonna fucking matter. If, you know, we all just hit a shit show, like, no one's gonna remember or care. So it's deeper than that. True beauty and true meaning and true value comes from the inside. So, you know, for those of y'all who are watching or listening to this, if people want to make fun of what you wear, think it's atrocious or whatever, it's just like, well, I think it's atrocious that you can act and do some of the things that you do and then try to cover it with designer, that you're worthy. You're not. You're not. I'd rather have Dollar General on and be a good fucking person than have like millions and billions of shit on me and not be worth a single cent on the inside. And that's what people like forget. Like, your energy can show through. Your energy is also a currency. It's also a value, you know? And people like to make judgments that it's like everything on the inside, and it's not. But I just feel like someone has gotten like a super big lesson on this, especially from their last karmic partner, because I feel like whoever the last karmic partner was is like seriously demented when it comes to materialism. Like seriously demented, like wouldn't be caught dead, like not wearing designer shit. And that's just like really sad, in my opinion. I can like totally relate and understand. I'm a chosen one, so of course, like I had to learn the hard way, but I got saved from all that. So I can definitely understand, but there's some people that are just going to be stuck in this for the rest of their life, or they're going to have to learn the hard way too. And I just feel like this Emperor's gotten enlightenment about how things are just things. Like, that's the problem with society and with everything going on, is that we're supposed to use things and love people, and our whole society with capitalism has gotten fucked up because people love things and use people. That's not the way that that everything was designed and be made to work, okay? So this Emperor, I feel like, has been losing stuff because he realized there wasn't true love or intimacy there. And that's what happens when you don't truly love yourself. You start attracting people that don't truly love you too. So right now, in order to get back on the right course, on the right track, you need to ask yourself, what am I grateful for right now? Adopt an abundance mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to all of our problems. It is impossible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. Gratitude improves our health, opens our heart, and changes our state. Today's soul action. The universal law of attraction says that we attract into our lives that on which we are focused. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and think of 3 things for which you are grateful today. Notice the abundance grows within you. So yeah, I feel like you've lost a lot, right? And I've had to work through this too, so I definitely can relate, right? I've had to do this exact same thing because I've literally lost everything, especially with my shadow side of materialism. But I'd rather lose every physical and materialistic thing that I have than lose my soul. And that's what you have to understand, Emperor. You've been given a position of power, status, money, etc. for a reason, because you're not going to take advantage of it. Maybe you did in the past, but you're starting to learn. And there's not a lot of emperors that actually get true fucking love. You were saved. And so, one thing that I think this emperor may not know of that's a spiritual gift is that you're chosen. And I feel like the next one that you're going to be attracting next is not only going to be the one, they're also going to be chosen. But you had to get like this out of the way. And that's why you've been going through like a deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held, because you've been having to be held by spirit in order to truly nurture and love yourself. I just feel like this is someone who's been very, very used, especially romantically, by people for their money, and that's very unfortunate. But now that this is reversed, you can expect for that never to happen again, because I just feel there's some sort of empress here that's about to really make you understand why this all had to happen. So this is beautiful. I know this is like kind of like falling off, but it is a real big spiritual gift when you start to realize like money ain't everything, material things aren't everything. Yes, they're important, and yes, we need what we need to survive, but it is a gift to be brought out of that mindset and in those circumstances where you base all of your worth and your value on that. Okay? But yeah, you're about to enter into a brand new chapter, Emperor, and you have a lot to be grateful for. So start getting into that gratitude mindset, because whoever you're attracting next is going to be the complete opposite of this. Okay? All right, well, if you like videos like this, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments below, and I love you. Hey, number 6. Okay, so let's see what your spiritual gifts are. Ooh. Okay. This is beautiful. Okay, so especially we got Ask Your Angels, right? And we got Archangel Raphael. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. I've literally talked to Archangel Raphael. He kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Angels aren't as nice, especially the archangels. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, they're not as nice as you think they would be. Like, you get on YouTube or you like read it and you're like, they're so, no, they are not like that at all. They do not put up with your shit. They are brutally honest. They don't give a fuck about hurting your feelings. Okay, so there's one time where I had to call Archangel Raphael in. And he was like not having my shit, okay? He like told me off and got really mad at me. That's another story for another day. But like angry archangel vibes are worse. I'd rather be stuck in a room with 10 archdemons than to ever piss Archangel Raphael off again. When I tell you I was traumatized, okay? And it's crazy because my Claire audience was off the chart. Like, you know how it literally sounded to me like how you hear me sounding to you right now. Like, I heard it outside of my head, okay? Like, I heard his voice, okay? So, yeah, you have to be really careful with talking to the archangels because they are very, first of all, demons are the ones that are the lying and manipulator ones. The archangels are no bullshit. They will tell you the truth. They don't care if it hurts your feelings. They'll tell you to go fly a kite for all they care. And they are very like, they want you to respect them, period. And if you don't, you're going to pay. They also love fights. So, they love fighting. Like, they really get off on it. I had some things hiding, and they ended up, and I didn't feel them. So they had to be like archdemons or Nephilim, because the regular demons, I have like an ESPN as well as they do. But whatever they were cloaking themselves. And after Archangel Raphael came, they jumped him. And then Archangel Michael came down. When I tell you I've had the craziest stories happen to me, I'm not fucking kidding, okay? My life is insane being a spiritual person. And so, which is, of course, why I have so much passion about doing this work, because I've seen it, okay? I've, like, been in contact with these beings, and it's no joke. And I think that's another thing why it's important that I'm out here, because people are out here being like, Archangel Raphael is so love and light, and he's just gonna lick your butthole. And it's like, bitch, that is not the truth. Not at all, okay? If you do not come with fucking slap some respect on it, then they're gonna take you down too. Like, and I thought he was gonna kill me, okay? I thought he was gonna kill me, but he didn't, thank God. Okay, and he forgave me. It was just, I'm not going to get into it, okay? But I've been dumb. I've been a dumb human before, and I've disrespected an archangel on accident. On accident, I didn't mean to do it on purpose, okay? So don't be dumb like me. Just don't. Anyways, the reason I'm saying this, because we got Ask Your Angels, and then we got Archangel Raphael. This is definitely my Earth Angel pile. Like, hi. You are definitely here. You are definitely doing the damn thing. Whoever you are. If you, I mean, obviously, if you're like, there's no way I could be an Earth Angel, I've never had any kind of inkling or whatever that I'm an Earth Angel, then this ain't your pile, pick another one. These are for my people who are like, have an inkling, or you just know that you're an Earth Angel, which it makes a lot of sense why you're attracted to me. I'm an Earth Angel too. I am half Archangel, half Starseed. My father is Archangel Michael. I'm the second born. I've talked about this in other videos if you want to go look at those. And I'm here to help raise the conscious collective. I am also a medium. I've known since I was in 6th grade, and I use my mediumship abilities to channel through the tarot cards. Do I have to? No, but it's a fun way to do it. Okay, so anyways, this is my Earth Angel pile. Hi, how you doing? So not only are you a light worker, you're a healer. Archangel Raphael rules over healing. You also have the code of conduct, which means that you can call upon the archangels in emergency. I mean, it has to be emergency. And that's the thing about archangels too. Like, people think that, like, oh, I called Archangel Michael, he's not gonna come. Like, that would be like me calling someone, like, in Africa and being like, hey, I heard that you're a healer. Can you come here now? Not having a relationship, not talking to them. That's how y'all treat the angels. And it's like, it's completely different if you are actually an angel, right? Because they know you. They know your soul. But people out here thinking that Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael are just going to come and fight your battles. Y'all are ridiculous. Like, I've had experiences where I've called upon the archangels being half archangel, and they would still ignore me, okay? Unless it's like do or die, they do not come, okay? And if you don't know them, they're not going to come. So they're like more likely going to come if you're an earth angel, right? So if you're a cherubim or a seraphim, I talk about all of that in another video. So go check out, I think it's like all about angels. I go deep into it. But yeah, people think you're highly mistaken. They don't give a fuck, okay? And I know that hurts your feelings, but it's true. If you don't have a relationship with them, then you need to start reaching out to them and form a relationship. But yes, Archangel Michael comes for me because I'm his fucking child. But guess what? If I'm not in a situation where I'm like literally about to die, he will ignore my ass. What do you think he's gonna do to y'all that don't have any relationship with him? Okay? Like, sorry to hurt your feelings, but it's the truth. So if you want Archangel Raphael or Archangel Michael to come towards you and you're not an earth angel, then form a bond. Okay? Sorry. That's my spiel. Okay, so we got Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or Venus. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. It doesn't mean that's the only one, but that's the one I'm seeing right now. So you bring the light, obviously, being a light worker. You really help heal and restore people's inner child. You bring a lot of kind of that excitement back into people's lives. You also shine the light on the toxicity around you, person, place, or thing. So, what does that mean? When you're an earth angel and you have like this kind of light, like look at that. Like, look at that. People are like, whoa. Especially some of y'all that are seraphim. Seraphim means that you are from a royal bloodline. I am a half seraphim angel, half archangel, half starseed. I'm a mutt, okay? I had a spiritual awakening in 2018, and my spirit guides came and told me who my soul is, okay? So when you have that kind of light as an earth angel, your light is so bright and so big that you're like, the dark hates it. Any kind of evil, because the only way that evil can hide is through the darkness, right? When the light is not shown. When the light shines, it shows the truth. And the only way that the illusions and delusions can keep going is if the light is not shed on it. So you really, your light is so bright and so big that it shows what the truth is. It outs people just by you being in their presence. And that's why we have the sun here. But see, the sun, it's Leo energy, it's fixed. The sun doesn't keep being big and bright as fuck, right? Just because it's pissing people off or like getting in people's eyes. No, the sun keeps shining. Okay. So, I mean, you're gonna get, especially people, and that's what you have to remember being like an earth angel, is that you're gonna piss them off regardless, because your presence, your energy, your aura, everything that you are being an earth angel, it's going to bring the darkness into the light just by you being around. So that's going to trigger a lot of people and their demons, and that's something you have to understand. This can also, and I can say this as an earth angel, this is going to give you mixed reactions, very intense reactions. People are either going to love you because they're like, yes, finally this stuff's being brought to the surface that's been so hidden for so long, or the people that are dabbling in it are going to fucking hate you because they're going to be like, fuck, we were doing fine, we were doing great until this bitch or bastard came, and now look, like they're, all of our dirty agendas and our secrets are coming out for everyone to see. Okay, so we got movement awakens my creative spirit. So you bring a lot of movement forward, especially when it comes to the light, right? We live in an evil world, so it's really hard being a light worker, being a healer, being an earth angel, being here, because we usually tend to get fucked, right? Now that the world, right, especially in the age that we're at, we're going into a time, especially moving towards the age of Aquarius, where we're not going to be as fucked. Like, people are waking up. There's an ascension of the human race going on, right? You naturally have a creative spirit, but you're also making movements. You awaken people, okay? You touch people's souls, because the moon represents the soul. You also have a very highly, you're an old soul naturally, because angels are older than our solar system, than our universe, than the galaxy. They were here before everything was created. Okay, so you touch people's soul, you shine the light, you can awaken people, but you also do it in a very creative manner, okay, for the times being that are here right now. We got share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. So because of who you are it's important for you to not only show up and show out no matter who it pisses off. You are supposed to share your truth, share your voice, share your experiences, share your persecutions, share your expression. You are going to be persecuted for it. There are going to be people that don't understand. That's a part of it. But like I said, the times that we're in right now, more people are going to understand than not. Okay? The ones that matter don't mind, and the ones that mind don't matter, right? Because there's a reason why you being an earth angel or being here on this plane, like your energy is needed to ascend the human race. Now, everyone loves to say that they're an angel until they go through the persecution, and you know what I'm talking about, right? There's a reason, like, Jesus is a higher rank than angels, being the Son of God, and look what they did to him. Like, everyone wants to wear the crown until they realize how heavy the burden, how heavy the heart it is to wear the crown. And y'all get this, but you have a responsibility here. You could have some sort of relation to Archangel Raphael, but you are meant to be seen. Like, the sun is meant to be seen regardless of the persecution, because you're bringing to light with just your existence, your expression, your movement, your spirit, your creativity. It's shining mega light on what is going on and what problems are here through the example that you are, and that comes from within your soul, right? Earth angels are human beings with the soul of an angel. And one thing that you do need to understand is that you can ask your angels, right? You can call upon the angels, right? Like I was saying, a lot of times they won't listen, but you can also pray to them. You already have a relationship with them, right? Archangel Raphael is my uncle, okay? And of course, during that time I was being attacked, God knows what they were going to do to me before. And luckily he was there, which called upon Archangel Michael. But you can pray and talk to them, and ask them for things, because they will listen. It might not mean that they'll come and do it right now, but they will listen to you. Versus people who are not earth angels or who are not soul family calling upon them, they will be like, take a message, bitch. And people hate to hear that, but guess what? It's the truth. And I know because I've dealt with them. Okay? What am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? Okay. Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within you. Breathe in your favorite essential oil, inhale deeply into your belly, drop your shoulders, and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need and be ready to receive answers. So, like I was saying, it really is like this is your spiritual gift. You're an earth angel. It comes with a lot of perks, but it's unfortunate because when we have the human experience, we forget, and then we lose our power, and we have to go through to regain it, right? And I've worked through my own stuff with this, being an earth angel, okay? I completely get it. But you have to be careful what you consume and who you watch, because you're more powerful. And listen, I'm not saying this because I'm biased. I'm saying this because it's the truth. Your soul is older than our whole entire universe, right? Not to say you're human, right? So you're going to need guidance and help because you've forgotten and this and this and that. But like earth angels especially need to listen to themselves. You can get guidance from people. That's fine. But you need to be choosy, because more than likely your soul is older than theirs. okay? Which means your soul knows more than their soul does, okay? It's just that you're a human and you forgot. And so that's why you need to be very, very choosy and not, it's the human part that can fuck us up, right? You need to really lean on your intuition, pray to the angels, talk to the angels. They will listen to you. They might not do it right then and there because they got shit they got to do. People like to forget that Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael, unless you call the code of conduct on their ass, which I've done, which is basically like, hey, I'm about to die, I'm in trouble, which I didn't know at the time that I was being attacked, but my soul did, okay? But it's already within you, right? Because of the power that you have. Everyone wants to say they're earth angels, but they're not, okay? And whoever I'm talking to, you know that you are because you've been through some shit, right? This world being as evil as it is, seeing, and that's why you trigger people, because you have a light within you. It's angelic. And this world hates angels, so they abuse them. That doesn't mean that you're not going to end up on top in the end, though. Okay? But there's a reason, right? You might have been like, I'm not the smartest, or I'm not the prettiest, or I go out of my way to keep the peace. It's because of the light that's within you. Everyone subconsciously has seen that since you were a little child. Okay? But yeah, that's what it's saying, like, why are you looking outside of yourself when it's already within you? You are literally here to be an earth angel, right? When you integrate the human with your angelic soul, and that's the whole spiritual gift here. But it's needed because there's this light that you have needs to call out this toxic behavior to progress humanity. That's why they want you to express yourself, share your voice, even through the persecution. Come out of the cave that you're hiding in. We know earth angels have it rough, and I've had to do this in my own journey too. And when you're struggling, ask your angels for help, or pray to look up different archangels, because they will listen to you and they will help you. It might not be immediately, but they will. They have to listen to you, your family. Okay? But yeah, you need to start moving around, and you need to come out of the cave, right? Like, come out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there, because it is very much needed here. You didn't come down here to la 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 and hide in the cave and shut the fuck up. No, you came to literally be the sun, shine your light on these hoes. Speak your truth, speak your expression, move things around, be creative, okay? And call out the toxicity and bullshit. Okay? You also need to be very aware of what you touch. Angels have healing hands. Sometimes and this is mean, but it's true. The truth hurts. Sometimes some people don't deserve to be healed from stuff. It's the truth. That might be a lesson that you're taking away from them, and that can cause you bad karma. You cannot take people's lessons away from them. That's playing God. You can't play God. A lot of people love to play God, but then they realize they done fucked themselves up the ass and around the corner by trying to do that. So just be aware of that. Listen to your intuition and get really in tune with your higher self, because your soul will guide you. It's very old. Very old. I'm also seeing a past life in ancient Egypt. You could be a life path number 9, 2, or 7. I'm also getting the 27th and 9th. You could have some sort of angelic experience or spiritual experience going on. My readings are timeless next month concerning you being an earth angel. So write those down. Keep those in mind. Okay? If you like videos like this, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments below. I love hearing from y'all, and I will talk to you later. Thanks, number 6.